Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tasty Trails Travel Pod. Today we are heading to Basque Country in Spain, and this episode was a fun one because it was my first in-person interview. We recorded this over a nice bottle of Kazakh wine and just had such a wonderful conversation about food and language and culture and everything. I got to see you living in Almaty, and we actually met at a language event, so we spend the first little bit nerding out a little bit on language. We're really talking identity, their fierce sense of pride, how unique so much of the culture is, and we get into pintxos, cider, bacalao, chuleta, and really covering the foundation of who Basque people are and how their identity shows up on the table. So, let's go. Okay, I'm so excited. We're doing my first in-person interview today. So we've got our wine. Cheers.
Cheers. Chin chin.
And today we're talking Basque Country in Spain. So we've got Edgar, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Eskerrik asko in Basque language, Euskera.
Yes, I want to talk about that later too. There's so much to dive into. So can you first tell everybody who you are and where you're from?
Yeah, of course. My name is Edgar Karranza. I'm from the Basque Country, a region between Spain and France. I'm from Bilbao. Well, I'm not from Bilbao. I'm used to say that I'm from Bilbao because people all around the world doesn't know where my town Leioa is. But I'm from a town between Bilbao and the Basque coast. Yeah, it's a nice place and I live calm there. I have my friends and I live happy there. So, well, sorry, I want to answer directly. I'm from the Basque Country, and maybe some of you don't know what the Basque Country is, but I think that we will be answering to this question more later.
Yeah, like in depth, because Spain is really interesting because there are so many different, obviously it's a big country, so of course there's regional variations, but there are whole different languages, and with that comes different cultures, but like totally different, where people can't even understand other people if they're speaking their own language.
Spain is a very diverse and heterogeneous country, and well, in my opinion, it's far from being a cultural monolith. When people think of Spain in the outside, they think in flamenco, they think in maybe the Sagrada Familia, Gaudí, and tapas and beaches. Mallorca maybe or Benidorm. But well, the reality is that Spain is a complex mosaic of distinct regions, and languages and identities and cultures.
So specifically Basque, like what does it mean to you to be Basque? What do you love about the culture? I know that's a really broad question, but how would you explain it to people? Like what Basque culture is like?
I think this is a very interesting question, and it's not easy because Basque people, we just feel being Basque. There's a saying in Basque and Spanish that says that Basque people are born wherever they want.
Okay.
So I think that to be Basque, to feel profound sense of belonging to a special community. And well, we are deep root people. We have connections with our land, our sea, our unique language, Euskera. And I'm going to carry on with that idea. In Euskera, we have a word, Euskaldun. Euskaldun means Basque, but not Basque as being born there. But Euskaldun means mixes Euskara and Dun. The people that speaks Basque. So there's a big part of the Basque people that will defend that being Basque means to speak Euskera. So that's one idea. There's also a strong emphasis on, as I said before, on community, honor, authenticity, and well, Basque people are strong people, not just physically, mentally, and strong hearts, big character, and well, roots to our land, as I said before, culture, sports also, landscape, and what we are going to speak today, culinary heritage.
Yes.
So I'm sorry for my English. Sometimes I'm not very fluent, but I hope
perfect.
Okay, well,
literally perfect.
I hope people understand me well.
Yeah, no, your English is amazing. And so yeah, there's just like a big sense of pride in your culture specifically. And kind of back to the language, are people, so like you're speaking Basque at home with like your parents? You grew up speaking Basque?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that surprises me.
Yes, that's interesting. I speak Basque. I spoke Basque in. I'm going to say Euskera. Euskera
Okay.
is the language. Okay. No, don't worry. Basque is the people. So I spoke Euskera in school, in high school,
Oh, okay.
in university. I learned in Euskera, not my whole life. I did also some degrees in the Spanish language. Spanish is the official language all around Spain,
Yeah.
but Euskera is official in the Basque Country. So I had the opportunity to be raised in the academic way in Euskera. But my parents don't speak Euskera well. My four grandparents are from Burgos. They're from from the center of Spain, from a region called Castilla, the mythic Castilla in the Middle Age. And my four
That's where
grandparents,
like Castellano comes from. Like,
Castellano
yeah.
comes from Castilla. Yes, a lot of castles there. So yeah, my four grandparents were from Burgos. They immigrated to the Basque Country due to diverse reasons.
Okay.
But well, the Basque Country was a very industrialized area, so many people after Franco, the dictatorship died, went there. Although my grandparents went there before,
Yeah.
in the 50s, in the 40s, the 60s, that period. Then my parents were born. My dad doesn't speak Euskera, just a couple of words. My mom learned a bit in different periods of her life, but unfortunately, we don't speak Euskera at home. I speak Euskera with some friends when I play the sports, in summer camps, and so on. But my first language is Spanish, and then, of course, Euskera. And third, I would say English.
Okay.
So that's my summarize.
Yeah, that is just so interesting. And like one of my favorite things about the different languages and dialects in other countries is just, yeah, how many different ways people have to communicate. And it's like, anyway, we're not here to talk about languages, even though I could talk about that all day. So what about like, what is Basque food? Like, how would you describe it? Like, what are some like of your favorite like dishes or ingredients that kind of show up again and again in Basque food?
I think I'm going to start with the Basque Country again. I mean, for people that want my version, not just a touristic version, I think the Basque Country is well, whatever you want to say, area, region, country, but with strong contrasts and with a strong and natural beauty. And it's green, there are mountains, there's a beautiful coast. We have the wild and fierce Cantabrian or Cantabric Sea and the Gulf of Biscay there. And people, some centuries ago, they were fishermen. So, well, actually, there were Basque fishermen in Iceland, for example, hunting whales.
Oh my God, I just heard about this, that it was legal to kill up until like the 90s or something, or the 2000s?
No, until 2014, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. It was illegal to kill people from
I know this because I was studying Erasmus in Iceland. So yeah, this is crazy.
You just have to watch it back.
Yeah, well, I wonder in the 2021, so it was prohibited to kill Basques then.
Okay,
but,
okay.
10 years before it was allowed. This story comes because Basque fishermen,
yeah,
they were strong, fierce, and intelligent sailors, fishermen. For example, Elcano, the guy that made the first round to the world. Yes, he went with Magallanes.
yeah.
So Elcano is a Basque guy. So back to the fishermen in Iceland, they had good feelings with Icelandic people, but when the Danish crown changed the law, they didn't allow Basque people to fish there, but they still fished there. So they
created a law.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the king. I think it was Harald Bluetooth. But I'm not sure. I'm sorry. He said that it was allowed to kill Basques. So that law continued, and they realized it was still in power in the 2011, 14.
Something super reason. I just heard about this.
So when I went to Erasmus to Iceland, my friends were joking. Don't be killed. Not long ago, it was allowed. So be careful.
That is so crazy. But like, I don't even understand how they knew ships were Basque ships. Because don't you think they wouldn't be putting their flag up if they knew that they could get murdered?
Yes, there were flags. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, there was a pidgin between Icelandic people and Basque people, and there's heritage of that in Iceland. A pidgin is like a mixed language between different languages.
Yeah, yeah.
They had like a basic dictionary,
Yeah.
hundreds of words, and in the Basque Sailing Museum in Bilbao, there's heritage of that historical period, and there are proofs.
Wow.
So I'm sorry, it wasn't Harald Bluetooth, the king who did this law. It was Christian IV of Denmark.
Oh, okay. Man.
Yeah, in the 17th century,
God,
1616. That
and
year.
It survived like 400 years.
Yeah.
That law.
Actually, going back to Basque language, experts say that it's the oldest language in Europe. It's
really,
yeah, it's a linguistic orphan. It's a linguistic isolated language with no known roots. I mean, there's no any other language nowadays that has the same roots, or it doesn't belong to a family of languages, as for example, Latin languages, Spanish, French, Catalan, then English, German, even Nordic languages. They all have an ancestor. But in the case of Basque language, Euskera,
sorry about the background.
yeah, we are enjoying a very good wine. Listen, chin chin. So going back to Euskera, it's a pre-Indo-European language, and they don't actually know if it has any family, friend, or cousin nowadays. There are very few linguistic isolated languages in our era, but well, I'm happy because Basque is one of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of speaking this rare and unique language.
I feel that probably makes it a little harder to learn too, because you can't really draw from anything else. Like none of the words sound like anything else.
No. When the Roman Empire entered the Iberian Peninsula, the alphabet changed, and they adopted the Latin alphabet. Yeah. But it's thought, and actually they found not long ago a metallic hand with a metal form with the shape of a hand that was written in ancient Euskera, and they say that it's not Latin alphabet, it's Iberian alphabet or Iberian writing. I'm not very well informed, but I have read something about that. As I was saying, Basque is a strange language, and it's not easy. We don't have the declinations or the grammatical cases as the other languages. There are like 17 grammatical cases.
What?
Yes, and there is neuter, there is masculine, feminine, plural. So, wow. Sometimes it's like 64.
Oh, so Russian should be easy for you then.
I hope. But
oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it. But for example, for nouns and adjectives, there's no gender. So Basque is neuter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit easier at least.
And that's my Euskera introduction for today. If you want to know something else, just contact me. Mm-hmm. Later we will help you to know how to contact me. And I will be happy to help you improving your thoughts and your knowledge in this, respecting this language that I love. Yeah. That's it. That's my answer.
So going back to the food, because we could nerd out on languages all day. Going back to the food, what are some of your favorite Basque dishes?
My favorite dish is chipirones en su tinta. It's the Spanish name. It would be baby squids or squids in its ink. And some people say it's Basque, some people say it's all over Spain, but in the Basque Country, that's delicious. We usually eat this squid with the sauce is its own ink, and of course. Okay. Yeah, it's a black dish. Yeah. When I was a child, I was afraid of this dish because
because
it didn't look
I'm
very
gonna.
well. But
Yeah.
with a bit of rice, it's delicious.
Okay.
My grandma used to cook it just onion, salt, sometimes parsley, the squids, and it's ink, and a bit of water, and that's it.
So very simple.
Yeah, Basque cuisine, it doesn't have a lot of spices or a lot of sauces like in other parts of our nice world. It has fresh products from the sea because the sea is near to us. We have also mountains. We have I know how to say huerta in English. Yeah, horticultural products. I'm going to
yeah, huerta. It's like a garden.
a vegetable garden. It
Yeah.
says in in word reference. An orchard. Well, back then, people in the Basque Country, almost everyone lived in baserris. Baserri mean the house of the woods, the house of the forest. So the town of the forest. I don't know how to translate it perfectly in English, but people live in big houses in rural areas. So they had their garden with vegetables, fruits. They
So
had
everyone's kind of growing their own
their own
food and
their own animals. If they needed, there were very nice markets. There's also a very nice tradition with sweets too. I will speak it later.
Okay.
But yeah, I love eating too, as in your case, Katie. And as I said before, I like chipirones en su tinta. I also like cod and merluza. I think hake. Hake is a fish.
Yeah, merluza
Yeah.
is.
Hake and cod. So in my area of the Basque Country, in Vizcaya, we have a hake in green sauce. It's with just peas, olive oil, and the hake, and some salt, and that's it. And the cod or bacalao. Bacalao is it's a Basque word that was exported to Spanish too. So
Portuguese, no?
maybe. Cod, I love cod. I love bacalao al pil pil, cod in pil style, and bacalao a la vizcaína, that would be with peppers. I love it. Also, when you enter more rural areas, when you leave the coast, you have fantastic chuletas. That's aged beef, ribeye, grilled and very tasty, and they cook it in open fire. So it's not shashlik as we eat here in Kazakhstan and Caucasian countries, but I prefer chuleta. I'm sorry, Kazakhstan. But yeah.
Well, how would it differ from like an asado or like a
Sorry?
like an asado? Like
Yeah, in Argentina, they love it. They are different names, different styles cooking similar parts of the animal. I'm not an expert. I don't know how to difference every cut or every.
yeah, no,
but
of course not. But
chuleta is something so simple. That is a thick steak. That would be to simplify it a lot, but maybe people in the Basque Country will kill me if they listen to me saying this. But yes, it's the beef, the cow. When the beef is aged, they cut it in a thick way and they grill it over open fire, and then they cut it again to put it in your plate. Some chuletas can be, well, in posh restaurants or Michelin restaurants, maybe you don't have this. Maybe you have it in a more elegant way. But chuleta is something that was eaten and is eaten in rural areas, in sagardoteguis. That means places where you can eat cider. That's part of the menu. And yeah, the chuleta, that meat is very loved in the Basque Country, and people from all over Spain. I would be brave saying that many people have the plan of going to eat chuleta to the Basque Country once a year because it's
really?
it's fantastic.
Okay.
In my group of friends, we call it cuadrilla. Cuadrilla is the group of friends in the Basque Country, and we gather at least once a year to go to a sagardotegi, the house of the cider, to eat a chuleta menu. Would be you have the chuleta, this beef ribeye big stick. Then you will have a cod, cod tortilla, and then of course cider, Basque cider.
So I also recently learned about like, I don't know if it's specifically Basque or like the north of Spain, where it's like cider is different than like when you say cider, it's different than like what people certainly from the US think of as cider because it's not carbonated, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I just recently learned that, and so it's really interesting. But it's not. So it's like alcoholic apple juice.
Yes, yes, perfect. I mean, Basque cider is called sagardoa, and Basque language, as I said before, is very natural. It's created with other words and so on. So ardoa means wine, but at the same time can mean alcoholic drink. So sagarra is apple. So sagarra is apple and ardoa is wine. If you mix it, it's sagardoa. It would be the wine of the apple or the alcoholic drink of the apple, and this would be the cider. And this is well, spontaneously fermented, dry, and sour drink with no carbonation. It's not
That blew my mind when I
carbonated drink.
learned about that because to people from the United States, cider is very much like you crack open a can of cider, you
No,
get
and
like it. Yeah,
in England,
it's totally different.
here too, yeah.
Totally
But
different.
Basque cider, well, sorry for my for my friends from Asturias, because in Asturias there is also a very strong heritage regarding cider. But I'm not going to speak of Asturian cider because I would be speaking of everything. I'm sorry, Guajes. But Basque cider requires a traditional high pour to aerate, to be to be drinkable.
Okay.
So it contrasts with American cider because that is, as we said before, filtered and carbonated and sometimes sweet. Basque cider was made by the Basque rural people. They, how you say, pisar? When you step into,
You step on something.
they stepped onto the.
So it's like when you see the people doing that with the grapes to make wine, like
Yeah.
the bare feet, they're squishing the grapes, they're squishing the apples.
That's it. And I love it. And in sagardotegis, in cider houses or cider restaurants, they save the cider in big, enormous and huge barrels. So you have a glass, you take a glass, and you open the barrel, and the cider filters, and you put the glass, just the exact amount that you can drink in a time. So you don't say chin chin. In Basque, we say choch. So you say choch, and you drink the cider.
Yeah, I
And
just learned about all this.
It's a very strange, I mean, not for me because I'm used to it, but it's a very strange way of eating because you have a table.
Yeah.
You don't sit in the table. You don't sit in your chair. You do, but you stand up so many times.
Spaniards love to just like to stand up and be very casual and kind of.
You stand up so many times to put cider in your glass and to speak with your friends or with people in the table near to you, and it's a fest. It's a celebration. It's well.
So there's a whole culture behind it.
Food in the Basque Country is a celebration. I would say that food in Spain is a celebration.
Yeah.
But, well, sorry to to people from other regions, but today we are speaking about Basque Country and Basque cuisine. And I don't know, Katie, do you agree if I speak about the pintxos?
I would love nothing more because I'm obsessed with pintxos. I also have this idea in my head that I think a pintxo restaurant would be the chillest, like, I mean, it's a great restaurant concept outside of Spain as well. But anyway, tell everybody what pintxos are.
Well, I would start saying that I think it would be perfect to have it in other places in the world, pintxo restaurants. We don't call them restaurants, actually. We call them bars or tabernas because they're not restaurants. When you go to a place all around the world to ask for a beer or a wine or to grab a drink, they don't usually have food in that places. But in the Basque Country, food and drink goes together. It goes together. And pintxos, in my opinion, are probably one of the things that people outside the Basque Country or outside of Spain even know. They are famous and they have been famous in the cultures all around the world. But, well, pintxos are not tapas. That's the first thing. Pintxos are, well, structurally, a pintxo consists of a small food creation served on a slice of bread. Well, it has developed It's not just that; it has evolved. But well, this small food portion is held together with a stick, a palillo, and you eat it. For example, a tortilla pintxo. You eat the tortilla with bread and not just in one bocado. How do you say bocado?
Bite.
In what bite? Maybe in 4 or 5 bites. So, for example, we could have one of the most famous pinchos. That would be pincho de tortilla, Spanish omelette. I hate to call it Spanish omelette, but well, tortilla. So you have a portion of tortilla above a slide of bread. Or for example, a mushroom.
But it's like a slice of bread that's more like a baguette. So it's not like a giant. It's not like a giant
not a
sandwich.
Not a sandwich. Just
this more the size of a baguette.
Not just baguette, but yes.
But
yes,
like it fits
yeah.
on top of that.
Perfect.
So
you start eating. Some pinchos are just a bite. For example, the mushroom could be one or a couple of bites, but tortilla pincho could be more than one bite. Tortilla pincho have evolved also to more quiet and calm places. People don't eat it just with hands, grabbing the bread. Yeah, they eat it too with
fork and knife.
With fork and knife,
yeah.
of course, in a table. But a pincho is something that you eat standing up, a pincho in a hand and a drink in another hand. So here comes a concept that I love. The concept pintxo pote. So pintxo is the food, the thing that you eat, and the pote is the drink. So in the Basque Country, overall on Thursdays, we got pintxo pote. So we go to have a pintxo and a drink.
I love that.
And you don't go just to a bar or a tavern or a restaurant. You go to different bars. You don't have a half-liter beer. You have maybe 200 centiliters beer and a pintxo. And when you finish, you change bars and you do like an itinerary.
Maybe like a pintxo crawl.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Young people or, of course, also elderly people practice this pintxo pote on Thursdays. I love Thursdays. I love it because
I'm going to start incorporating that into my life now.
On Sundays, when you are with the family, you also do pintxo pote, but it's a different pintxo pote. It's more calm, calmer and quieter and so on. So I was saying this, and I'm going to mix also the pintxo pote with the other two concepts. On the one hand, the football. I'm sorry, always football. And on the other hand, the chikiteo, or chiquitero, or chiquipoteo, or however you want to call it.
Okay.
So, the football. On Thursdays, Athletic Club of Bilbao, one of the most important football teams in the Spanish league, and for me, it's the most important team in the Basque Country. But I mean, I'm from Bilbao, I'm from Athletic, and it's the oldest team. But of course, people around the Basque Country, they want to say that their teams are important too. Real Sociedad, Alavés, Osasuna, all of them, Eibar, they are important. Yeah, there are a lot of teams. So cheers to them, and very good teams. And there is very good feeling between Basque teams. So going back to Bilbao, our city, and to Athletic, Athletic there is like a religion. And Athletic has been playing European competitions a lot of years. So these European competitions, sometimes they are played on Thursdays. Okay. So something magical, something beautiful happens, that people go pintxo pote, and then their team, our team, my team, Athletic plays. So you start grabbing a drink, maybe calimocho. I will tell you what is calimocho. Or a small glass of wine, chiquito. Save that word, chiquito. Small drink of wine. Or a beer, or caña. In Spanish we say caña. So you have that drink in one hand, or even a cider, as we said before, and the pintxo in the other hand. So you have dinner and you drink in the same time. It's
so fun.
I'm having
lots of nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yes. In Basque we say rimiña. It's like the pain of your hometown.
Homesickness.
Yeah, homesickness. So what is a chiquito or chiquiteo? Yes, a chiquito is a small glass of wine, just a bit of wine, very, very, very little. that
Like you would get in a wine tasting, like a degustation. Or...
very, very little. It's not a good wine. It's not a good one. It's not a. The thing is that old people in the Basque Country, traditionally men, I'm sorry, but traditionally it was like that. They had these small glasses of wine called chiquito, and they had it. They didn't even drink it. They just
like cleanse their palate or
wet their lips and try it, and they started singing. And
That's what I need.
for example, Bilbainadas, it's like popular songs of Bilbao. They started singing and drinking bits of wine. Why small portions of wine? Because they went to maybe 20 bars as part of their group of friends, quadrilla, and they had very good time with each other and with people all around them. So if you go to Bilbao, you may see some chiquiteros. These chiquiteros, as I said before, they drink a bit of wine, they started singing. For example, desde Santurce a Bilbao, vengo por toda la orilla. And they continued, it's very funny. It's pure joy. It's pure joy. And well, it's culture from Bilbao. There's in other places too, but it's typical from Bilbao. So there's like a bank in a street of Bilbao, in La Calle La Pelota, I think, where you can put money there.
There's like a giant piggy bank?
Yes. It's not piggy, but like a box bank.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is that a chiquito, before it costs less than €1 or less than 100 pesetas. So what it was left from there, they put it in a bank for social, ethical,
change. So
social,
they kind of
ethical and environmental causes or humanitarian causes. And I think it's nice.
So you'd pay for something, you'd get the change back, and then you'd leave the change in this box.
Yeah. Yes, as I was saying, the Ucha Chiquitera or the Chiquitero Bank, box bank, it's a symbol from the solidarity of Bilbao, and it's in the Calle La Pelota.
Oh my God.
Yes, this amount of money that was left for them, maybe 20 cents, but 20 cents multiplied by a lot, it's more than 20 cents.
Yeah.
So, that money is destined and it goes to beneficial causes. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, as you see, Basque culinary culture can arrive to nice causes. Nice.
Yeah, it goes beyond just like the food.
Yeah.
And like circling back to pintxos, I've been to a few, maybe just one pintxo. I know it's not called a restaurant, but like like in Australia and stuff. And I think it's a really good concept because you just put a bunch of delicious crap on bread, and then you can kind of you put together just amazing ingredients, and it can change based on what ingredients are available.
Yeah.
It's also super easy. You don't need like servers or anything, and charged by like the color. The places that I've been, you charge by the color of the toothpick. But I've also been to San Sebastian.
I've been in the Basque Country. That's going to be my question. That's perfect.
I only spent like a day there. I went to go scoop a friend. He was there for a wedding. So I went to go scoop him, and then we went somewhere else in Spain to travel together. But yeah, so we went out in San Sebastian and ate a ton of pintxos. Things on top of bread is just like, is there anything better than that? I don't know. With drinks and good company, and like it's super chill. You can go like when you're hungry and get some. You can go. You just don't have to wait on anybody. It's very chill.
Yeah, everything you said it's not just true. It's perfect. But in my opinion, also adding some information to what you said, is that pintxos historically they were simple and basic pieces of food, of small food, but they have evolved to high gastronomy, high culinary level. And
right, so
you can have a basic pintxo, maybe pintxo tortilla or gilda. I didn't speak about the gilda. Gilda is an anchovy, green pepper, and an olive.
Okay.
Then you can mix with things that you can add other ingredients such as cheese or pepinillos like cucumber in vinegar, different things. But the gilda is one of the historical pintxos, and not just in San Sebastián, also in Bilbao. So the grillo, different pintxos. But now that kind of pintxos are delicious, but they are simple. They are easy. They are not a lot of not very elaborated. And the base is the bread. But now there are pintxos with everything you can imagine. It's just small portions of food you can eat in the moment, and some of them they don't need to be heated again. You go to a pintxo restaurant, as you say, or a tavern, and in the bar of this local, there are pintxos. You take one and you pay it later. It's very simple. You don't need so many waiters. You need waiters and chefs and people running the business, of course. And let's raise our glasses for those people because they have, yes, they have a lot of patience and they are very nice. This wine is perfect, by the way. And yeah, and that's it. I'm going to cut you and just 2 minutes to say something about the tapas. The tapas is the Spanish pinchos. It's not just that, but well, there are a lot of kind of tapas.
So that is it for part 1. Make sure to come back next time for part 2. We get into cheesecake, the Choco Gastronomic Societies. If you do not know what those are, then make sure to come back and he's going to tell us all about them. And the chefs who took Basque tradition and brought it onto the world stage. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the episode when it comes out. And if this episode got you curious about a place that you never thought much about before, that is exactly what this podcast is here for. So share with a friend who would love it, share with a friend who already does love it. This show exists to share cultures and just be more curious. If you want to find me on Instagram at Tasty Trails Travel Pod, and Edgar is Edgar Karranza. Everything is down below per usual. And we'll see you back here for part 2. Bye.